All right, man. Let's talk about the Detroit Pistons getting Victor Wembanyama. I can't pronounce his name. Frenchy boy from he hooping in the G League. Why he ain't go the college route? I don't know. You be honest, maybe maybe he wasn't comfortable with the English and all that type of stuff. But he putting up video game type of numbers. He been on people's radar for a couple years now. I mean, he 18 and he like 3 inches taller than Rudy Gobert, like easily. He might be pushing 4. Rudy Gobert 7'1". He like 3, like he towering over Rudy Gobert. But so the Pistons get in the tankathon, and like I said before, I wouldn't be mad. And in my my synopsis of the Piston preseason so far, it looked like they could be heading in the same direction they've been headed in the last few years. That's kind of what it looked like. Casey is just not a good coach, but I mean, maybe he got some tricks up his sleeve this season. Maybe they playing possum, but they definitely got the talent to be a playoff team, to be honest. But just don't have the general to lead them there. His philosophy is just dumb. You got a team, you got some guys who can't shoot threes, so everybody just keeps shooting threes. But they could be in the race, for Victor Wembanyama. I mean, I know people saying the Spurs, gonna be there after Popovich said, don't gonna put your money on the Spurs and all that type of stuff, win the championship. So, yeah, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, shit, we went through the 90s with the Tigers. We went through the 90s with the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? We went through like 1,000 years of Lions being not winning a playoff game, or whatever you want to call it. We didn't have some heartbreak. So what's another year of the Pistons being, trash again? It's nothing. And then Scoot Henderson, for what I hear, whatever his name is, he ain't a bad cancellation prize neither. So, I know a lot of people feel like they see this team and they feel like it should be a playoff team. A lot of people saying a play-in team. And I agree. I think it should be a solid, playoff team. 7th seed, 8th seed, like lock. Not no play-in type shit. They should be a lock to be in the playoffs, but, I just don't trust the coach. But even if they ain't good and they tank it, they don't get Victor Wembanyama, whatever his name is, they got a ton of money next year. They got a ton of money next year. And you got to remember, Troy Weaver really ain't on the clock because Dwayne Casey wasn't his coach. Tom Gores really liked Dwayne Casey. And to be truth be told, Casey should have never got this job. He should never. He showing right now he ain't qualified for this job. He should have been fired like seasons ago. Should have never been hired before. It ain't like I got no agenda against him. I'm just speaking my truth. But if we can get in the running for him, dude, you might be talking about championship in a few seasons. At that point, you probably definitely don't bring back Sadiq Bey. You get somebody cheaper at 3-and-D so you can keep Ivy, Cade, and Wembanyama together. That's probably exactly what you do. Probably trade Sadiq Bey for future capital, no matter what he do next year. If you get Wembanyama, so to me, it sound like a plan to me. If they do, they are to the point where they stink and they go on a losing streak. I don't want to be just good enough, even though our ceiling is higher. It's not like when the Blake Griffin, Reggie Jackson Pistons, back into the playoffs and got beat up by the Milwaukee Bucks. That'd be different. Like us to make it there and stay there. You know what I'm saying? Us to make it there is different because that team had reached the ceiling. We wouldn't be nowhere near our potential ceiling because we a team on the rise, not a bunch of veterans. Barely making the playoffs. They should have tore that shit down and rebuild it right then and there. So getting that Victor W guy, I'm just gonna call him Victor W. Dude, that changes everything, dude. That literally changes everything all the way around. We also know the NBA got a lottery. They got a lottery. So it ain't no guarantees, and most people figure that the lottery is rigged. They said, remember David Stern asked Shaquille O'Neal, did he want to go somewhere cold or warm? He said warm. He ended up in Orlando. Then the Cavaliers owner complained, and they end up with like 3 of the 4 years first number 1 overall picks and shit. He complained over that Chris Paul trade to the Lakers. So the chances is we do all that tanking, they not gonna let Victor in Detroit. So yeah, they gonna put him somewhere where they want him to be at. They might throw Popovich a sympathy token without Tim Duncan. He's struggling, and then his whole situation with his wife and stuff. So I definitely could see that kind of could see that being the case. I definitely could. But you know, they don't want him. They probably want him to in a market like the Knicks or something like that. So I definitely wouldn't be opposed to it for trying it. You know, and then you get Dwayne Casey fired. So you're really killing two birds with one stone. So I really wouldn't be like super duper mad about it. So I mean, that is what it is. So you know, I wouldn't mind seeing him in I wouldn't mind, you know, taking a crack at it. A lot of the Piston fans not gonna be happy with it. You know, a lot of Piston fans not gonna be happy with it. They gonna turn around and say, you know, oh, you know, I can't take another year, dude. We took so much suffering at Detroit sports franchise. What's another year? And what you seeing in the preseason from the Pistons don't look too promising. I know it's the preseason, but you know, they got a few more games left, and they can't start to get it together. I don't really know what to say. But when you got an opportunity to get a generational talent like old boy, you know, might as well throw. You know, the East is steep this year. I mean, if Brooklyn get it together, I mean, you know, Cleveland on paper, Milwaukee, you know, Chicago, our division is bananas. Then, you know, you talk about Boston, we'll see what happened with them. Miami's still there. Philadelphia got better. Atlanta, will they rise again, or where, you know? So, you know, you might as well. But it's hard to hold those horses back, them thoroughbreds like IVK, Bay, Durham. It's gonna be hard to hold them back. You know, but if they can be held back, Dwayne Casey is here. Have no fear, Dwayne Casey is here. He can be the one to hold them back, because he can't coach his way out of a brown paper bag. And I'm gonna keep saying it until he prove me wrong, or continue to prove me right. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live with our video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, the whole 9. Appreciate the love, support. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist for more videos like this. Peace.